Hey guys, it's Frenzy here, and welcome to the Gods of Gaming game show, where contestants are pitted against each other in gaming-related challenges to become the Gods of Gaming champion and take the prize that comes with it. Now, as you guys know, there was a vote last week. The Spear Point did go home automatically. However, in the vote, Twin Born Nut was the one who did go home. It was a bit of a landslide. I mean, everybody got so many votes that it became hard for Twin Born Nut to stay in. But yeah, that leaves us now in this quarter-final with only 6 people left in the competition. So for this quarter-final, I'm sure you're all wondering, what was the challenge? Well, finally, we had a challenge that was on a game that wasn't COD or mixed. So basically, what happened was, we went over to Minecraft, and the challenge was the alphabet challenge. So basically, you had to get as many items as you could, which were consecutive in the alphabet. For example, an apple, a book, a cat, something like that, in alphabetical order, and get as big of a chain as possible. Now, our runner-up this week was Entranced Chimp Gaming. They got all the way from A to M, which was really impressive. I mean, there's a massive chain of things to get. I mean, they did skip K because there was no K, so I said they could skip it. Really impressive from him. The gameplay you are currently watching sped up in the background is unbelievably averaged. Who got a whopping A to P, which is just absurd. It's just insane how these people have done this well on this channel. I did awful on it. I don't know how they've done it. Really well done though from these guys. I have to give them massive well done for this. But yeah, I mean, it was just insane. Neil Owen did come last, however, and the goal was to not come last, because the person who came first gained immunity and the power decision, and whoever came last was going to be evicted automatically, which was Neil Omen. So, of course, I'm sure you're wondering what that power was this week. Well, they got 2 decisions, either to send Neil Omen home and choose the second person, since it's a double eviction, who would be going home with him, or to save Neil Omen, but then it will go to a group vote, since there is no public vote this week. Now, he did choose, unbelievably average, to save Neil Omen from him. So, instead, we had to go to a vote. So, everybody had to vote for one person to save and one person to evict from the show. Now, of course, they couldn't vote for unbelievably average since he had immunity, but everyone else had to vote for each other. Now, here's where we came into a bit of a problem. We had a bit of a tie vote. Now, Entranced Chimp got the least votes in the end, so overall, they got a +1 for each time somebody saved them, and a -1 for each time somebody voted to evict them. He came out worst, but then Spartan N. Jones and Hackman both tied just above him. So, unbelievably average, Neil Omen and Mad Hatter Gaming were all through. However, I tried to find another way to tie it. However, each time I tried to change the tie, somebody else came out on top, and there was a tie between the other 2. So overall, out of all 3 of them, every tiebreaker I could think of, they all somehow, 2 of them ended up even. So I have made a decision. The way it's going to work next week is unbelievably average, Neil Omen and Mad Hatter Gaming are all going to be in the top bracket, and the other 3 in the bottom. Now, the 2 people who do the best from the top bracket will go through automatically in next week's challenge to the final. However, the 2 who lose in the bottom bracket will automatically go home. So that is how we are going to choose next week. All 6 are going to go through to the semi-final. However, the person who comes last out of the top bracket and first out of the top bracket, whoever does best out of those 2 will go through to the final, giving the people who did tie last week the chance to stay in the competition and make it to the final, where 3 contestants will be in that final. And that's going to be it. That final, you guys will get a vote. They will be set one final challenge, and that's the way this is going to go. So since there is no vote this week, make sure you guys tell me in the comment section who your favourite is at the moment and who you want to see win. Come back for that semi-final, because 3 people are going to be going home in the semi-final next week. Only 3 will make it to that final, which is going to be really intense. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new around here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in next week's episode.